Welcome. We're so excited that you are going to be here with us for your first communion on Thursday, July 9th. Now you'll notice I was wearing my mask. And one of the things that we've asked in our recommendations for everyone participating in Mass is that they and their grown-ups come with their masks. So it's just a little reminder of that, and a reminder that I have a tip for you at the end of the video. Now, I want to help make sure that you have the best experience that you can for your first communion on July 9th. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of what the night is going to look like. Now you may remember me. Oops, shouldn't hit my microphone. That makes a funny noise. You may remember me. My name is Spencer, and I'm filling in for Mr. Will right now because he's getting a nice little break. He's been working really hard, so he's taken a couple days off to get some rest and relaxation. But he is going to be here, and he is excited to see you and be able to share this moment with you. Now the first question that might come up, and this might be more your grown-ups question, but it's okay, because they should be watching this with you as well, is that you might be wondering, where do we go? We're obviously going to be in the church, but it's going to look different. And we're not going to be able to use all of our doors. We've been using the door closest to our big parking lot, and that's where you're going to come in with your grown-up. Then you're going to come in the church, and you're going to see that there's yellow, orange, and blue tape on the pews, and there's yellow, orange, and blue signs in the pews. And you might be wondering, where do I sit? Because none of them say First Communion. There is going to be a sign on your pew, and it's going to look like this. It's going to have your name at the bottom. This one doesn't have a name. But your name will be at the bottom, and that will be in the center, big section of the church, right in front of the altar. When you find that, that's your pew, and that's the pew for your closest family members. Now there's a second pew that's out on the sides of the church, and it also has a sign like this with your name on it, and that's for your guests. That's for your friends and your family who've come here to share this special day with you. So help them find that. Now, this is kind of like a pew banner that people make for their first communion, and you might have made one already. And if you have, please bring yours and hang it over top of this one, because I bet yours is much cooler looking, much prettier, and expresses who you are much more than maybe this one does. But this is just to help you find your seat. So if you have your pew banner and you want to bring it in, please do. That would be awesome. So that's going to be where you sit in the church, but where do you sit in your pew? Well, you're going to see that there's a certificate that's going to look a whole lot like that. It'll have your name on it. It's going to be in your pew. And if you sit there, that'll put you close to the end of your pew, and that way for communion, you will be able to be in the best spot to receive communion. So then what is the rest of Mass going to look like? It's going to look like a normal Mass, and we're going to say a lot of the normal things, and we're going to hear readings, and it's going to be very familiar. But I also realize that we haven't been going to Mass a lot lately. And maybe you've been on the live stream on YouTube, and maybe you haven't. And so you might not remember the responses that you say at Mass as well. Or you might not feel that you're as ready to say them. And so we are going to do our best to try to put as much on the screens as we can to help you have the best experience for your First Communion Mass as possible. Because we don't want you to feel that it's awkward or that you feel bad for forgetting responses. So feel free to do that. And if you're having a little bit of trouble remembering how everything goes, feel free to go onto our YouTube and watch one of our Masses or skip to the parts that you're the most confused about. But know that we will do everything we can to make this as smooth and as easy and as comfortable for you as possible, because this is a special time for you to be here celebrating with your family and connecting with Jesus in a new and powerful way. So we're going to do everything we can for that. Another area that might get awkward, and here's the tip I was promising, and it might get awkward and you don't realize it, is that you're going to be wearing your mask. Now, here I am struggling with all my papers and stuff. I'll put those down here. So I have my mask on. and I'm in my pew, and I'm waiting for Father to come to me to give me First Communion, and I put up my hands, and Father places communion, places the host, places Jesus in my hands, and I go to receive communion, and we have a problem. So one of the things that while you're practicing with your grown-up how to receive communion, one of the things that would be good to practice at home is practice with your mask and practice how you want to go about taking it off to receive communion. Because some of you might be like me and wear glasses. And I have had times that I've tried to take off my mask and I pulled my glasses off my face. And that might be embarrassing if that happened. And you might wish, oh, I wish I realized that was going to happen. And so take some time to practice, not just receiving communion, but receiving communion with your mask on. Now you're only going to receive the host. You're only going to receive the precious body. You're only going to receive communion under what looks like bread. Father will not be bringing around the cup. But at some point you will get to receive that again as well, or for the first time. So that is my helpful tip. Mr. Will sent an email to your grown-up, so please make sure that they have read that email. That way they can answer any questions that you have, and they can make sure that they know everything that they need to know for Thursday. Now we will start at 6:30, so you want to get here a little bit early so that you're not feeling rushed and frantic as you get in the door. And I think that might be all we have. So we're really excited to see you in here again. We're really excited to share this time with you, and we can't wait for your First Communion. Hope that you're excited too. Have a great day, and we're praying for you.